Hi guys, I hope you peoples are preparing well. We FEXME are in the last minute to boost your preparation by recalling previous year question paper. Previous year question paper is the backbone for all entrance exams. So let's start the question paper. Physics section A. First question, two resistors of resistance 100 ohm and 200 ohm are connected in parallel in an electrical circuit. The ratio of the thermal energy developed in 100 ohm in the 200 ohm is given time is. The answer is option 3. Second question, two halo conducting spheres of radii R1 and R2 have equal charges. The potential would be. The answer is option 3, more on small sphere. Third question, when two monochromatic lights of frequency nu and nu by 2 are incident on a photoelectric metal, the stopping potential becomes Vs by 2 and Vs respectively. The third frequency for this metal is. Answer option 1. As the temperature increases, the electrical resistance. The answer is option 4. Increase for conducting but decrease for semiconductors. Fifth question, if the initial tension on the stretched string is doubled, then the ratio of the initial and final speeds of the transverse wave along the string is. The answer is option 4. Sixth question, match the list 1 with list 2. List 1 electromagnetic waves, list 2 wavelength. The answer is option 1. Seventh question, the ratio of the radius of gyration of a thin uniform disk about an axis passing through its center and normal to its plane to the radius of gyration of the disk about its diameter is. The answer is option 3. Eighth question, the biconvex lens has radii of curvature 20 cm each if the refractive index of the material of the lens is 1.5. The power of the lens is. The answer is option 4. Ninth question, the graph which shows the variation of the de Broglie wavelength lambda of the particle on its associated momentum P is. The option is option 1. 10th question, when light propagates through the material medium of relative permittivity epsilon r and relative permeability mu r, the velocity of light nu is given by. The option is 1. 11th question, in the given nuclear reaction the element X is 22Na11 tends to X plus electron plus nu. The answer is option 4. And 12th question, an ideal gas undergoes 4 different processes from the same initial state as shown in the figure below. Those processes are abiotic, isothermal, isobaric and isochloric. The curve which represents the abiotic process among 1, 2, 3 and 4 is. The answer is option 3. Thirteenth question, the ratio of the distance travelled by a freely falling body in the first, second, third and fourth second. The option is 4. 14th question, two objects of mass 10 kg and 20 kg respectively are connected in the two ends of the ragged thread of length 10 meter with negligible mass. The distance of the center of mass of the system from the 10 kg mass is. The answer is option 3. The energy that will be ideally radiated by a 100 kilowatt transmitter in 1 hour is, the option is option 2. 16th question. An electrical ship with the maximum load of 2000 kg is moving up with the constant speed of 1.5 ms per minus 1. The frictional force opposing the motion is 3000 Newton. The minimum power delivered by the motor to the lift is what is? The answer is option 4. 17th question. A copper wire of length 10 m and radius 10 power minus 2 by root pi m has electrical resistance of 10 ohm. The current density in the wire for an electric field strength of 10 volt by meter is, the answer is option 1. 18th question. If a soap bubble expands, the pressure inside the bubble, answer is option 2, decreases. 19th question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Weierstrass's law gives us the expressions for the magnetic field strength of an infinitesimal current element of a current carrying conductor only. Statement 2. Weierstrass's law is analogous to Coulomb's inverse square law of charge q, with the former being related to the field produced by a scalar source, ideal, while the latter being produced by a vector source q. In light of above statement, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. The answer is option 4. 20th question. A shell of mass m is at rest initially. It explodes into 3 fragments having mass in the ratio 2:2:1. If the fragments having equal mass fly off along mutually perpendicular directions with speed nu, the speed of third fragment is, the answer is option 4. 21. The spherical ball is dropped in a long column of highly viscous liquid. The curve in the graph shown, which represents the speed of ball as a function of time, is, the option is 3. 22. The angular speed of a flywheel moving with the uniform angular acceleration changes from 1200 rpm to 3120 rpm in 16 seconds. The angular acceleration in radius by second squared is, the answer is option 3, 4 pi. 23rd, the peak voltage of AC source is equal to, the answer is option 4. Root 2 times of RPM values of the AC source. 24th, the dimensions belongs to the, option 4, the answer is option 4, magnetic permeability. 25th, the displacement time graph of two moving particles make angles of 30 degree and 45 degree with the x-axis as shown in the figure. The ratio of the respective velocity is, the answer is option 1. 26. In the given circuit ABC, the potential drop across the two P and N junctions are equal in, the answer is option 1, both circuits A and B, A and C. 27. The angle between the electric lines of a force and the equipotential surface is, the option is 4, 90 degree. 28. Plane angle and solid angle have, the answer is option 2, unit but no dimensions. 29. In a Young's double slit experiment, a student observes 8 fringers in the certain segment of screen when a monochromatic light of 600 nanometer wavelength is used. If the wavelength of light is changed to 400 nm, then the number of fringes he would observe is the same region of the screen is. The option is 1. 30th, a light ray falls on a glass surface of refractive index √3 at an angle 60 degrees. The angle between the refracted and reflected rays would be. The answer is option 4. 31. In half-wave rectification, if the input frequency is 60 Hz, then the output frequency would be option 4. The answer is option 4. 32. A body of mass 600 gram experience of gravitational force of 3.0 n. When placed at a particular point, the magnitude of gravitational force field intensity at the point is. The answer is option 3. 33. A square loop of side 1m and resistance 1 ohm is placed in a magnetic field of 0.5 t. If the plane of loop is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, the magnetic flux through the loop is. The answer is option 3. 34. Let T1 and T2 be energy of electron in the first and second excited statements of hydrogen atom respectively. According to the Bose model of an atom, the ratio T1 is T2 is. The answer is option 1. 35. A long solenoid of radius 1 mm has 100 turns per mm. If 1 Armstrong current flows in the solenoid, the magnetic field strength at the center of the solenoid is. 35. The option is 3. The answer is 3. Section B. 36. Two pendulums of length 121 cm and 100 cm starts vibrating in phase at some instant. The two are at their mean position in the same phase. The minimum number of vibrations of the shorter pendulum after which the two are again in phase at the minimum at mean position is. And the answer is option 2. 37. The volume occupied by the molecules contained in 4.5 kg water at STP if the intermolecular forces vanish away. The option is answer 1 is the answer. 38. Two transparent media A and B are respected by a plane boundary. The speed of light in those media are 1.5 in 10 power 8 meters per second and 2.0 in 10 power 8 mm respectively. The critical angle for the ray of light for these two media is. The answer is option 3. 39. Match list 1 with list 2. List 1. Gravitational constant, gravitational potential energy, gravitational potential, gravitational intensity. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option 3. A series LCR circuit with inductance 10H, capacitance 10 μF, resistance 50 ohm is connected to an AC source of voltage V equal to 200 sin volt. If the resonant frequency of the LCR circuit is V0 and the frequency of the AC source is V, then the answer is option 3. 41. A ball is projected with the velocity 10 ms per -1 at an angle of 60 degree with the vertical direction. Its speed at the highest point of its trajectory will be. The option is 3. 3 is the right answer. 42. From Ampere's circuital laws for the long straight wire of circular cross sections carrying a steady current, the variation of magnetic field in the inside and outside region of the wire is. The answer is option 4. 43. 43 question. Question number. Given below two statements, one is labeled as assertions A, another is labeled as reason or. Assertion A. The stretching of a spring is determined by the shear modulus of the material of the spring. Reason. A coil spring of copper has more tensile strength than the steel spring of same dimensions. In the light of above statement, choose the most appropriate answers from the options given below. The option is 4. 4 is the right answer. 44th question. The truth table for the given logic circuit is. The answer is option 4. 45. A nucleus mass of number 189 splits into two nuclei having mass number 125 and 64. The ratio of the radius of two daughter nuclei respectively is. The answer is option 4. 46th question. A Wheatstone bridge is used to determine the value of unknown resistance X by adjusting the variable resistance Y as shown in the figure. For the most precise measurement of X, the resistance P and Q. The answer is options 3. 47th question. The area of the rectangular field of length 55.3 m and breadth 25 m after rounding off the value for correct significant digit is. 47. The answer is 1. 48th question. A big circular coil of 1000 turns and average radius of 10 m is rotating about its horizontal diameter at 2 radius seconds per minus 1. If the vertical component of Earth's magnetic field as that place is 2 into 10 power minus 5 T and electrical resistance of the coil is 12.56 ohm, then the maximum induced current in the coil will be. The answer is option 3. 49th question. 2 point charges minus Q1 plus Q are placed at the distance of L as shown in figure. The magnitude of electric field intensity at the distance or varies as. The answer is option 3. 50th question. The capacitor of capacitance C equal to 90 pf is charged fully by 100 volt battery B as shown in figure A. Then it is disconnected from the battery and connected to another uncharged capacitor of capacitance C equal to 900 Fe is shown in figure B. The electrostatic energy stored by the system B is. The answer is option 4. Thank you.